In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a polar array in AutoCAD 2013. We can select the polar array tool from either the Modify panel by going up here. This is the rectangular array icon that we see first, but by picking on the down arrow, we can come down and select polar array here, or we can go to a toolbar. And you see that I also see a rectangular array over here. I'm going to pick on this. There's a little down arrow right here. If I hold that down with my pick button, it will fly out and I can come over here and I can pick polar array from there. Either way will work. Now, in order to make this work, I have to have some objects to array. So I'm going to start by drawing two circles. I'm going to draw a large circle, and I'm going to create the array around the diameter of this circle. So I'm going to come up here and draw another circle at the quadrant over here, a smaller circle. This is the entity that I'm actually going to array. And the number of items that I define are how many copies of this circle here that's going to make. So I'm going to go back, pick on the down arrow, go pick polar array, and you'll notice I'm prompted to select objects. So I'm going to select this object. There's no more objects for me to select, so I'm going to press enter. At that point, I am prompted to specify the center point of the array. And as I move my mouse near this large circle, you'll see that its center point lights up. So I'm going to go over there and snap to center and pick that. Now it shows me an array that has 6 items in it, but I can control all of this down here at the command line. First off, to control items, just select on the word items, and you'll see in your dynamic input prompt it says enter the number of items in the array. So I'm going to type 5 because right now we're seeing 6. So let's see a difference. Let's type 5 and press enter. So what it would do is fill the circle with 5 items. They're all equally spaced. Now sometimes you just want to do an array where maybe you only fill half of a circle or a fourth of a circle, and the way you control that is coming down here onto the command line where it says fill angle. Pick on fill angle, and it says specify the angle to fill, and the default angle is 360 degrees, which is a full circle. So I'm going to type 180 just to change this up a little bit so you can see what happens. And then I press enter. So what is created here is an array that is, there's 5 items. They're in a 180 degree counterclockwise pattern when I do that because I have my fill angle set to 180. Another option is the angle between. By picking on that, you can define the angle between your items. So for example, if I want to type 72.5 and press enter, then it'll place 72.5 degrees between each of those items. So that's how you create the array. To lock the array in, just press enter. Okay, at this point the array is locked in. Now if I want to edit the array, watch what happens when I pick on one of these entities. You can see that it behaves like a group rather than single circles. Now that's pretty good because I can come over here onto this grip, for example, and drag this out, and I can actually make my array larger or smaller just by dragging to a new point. Another option that I have is go to the center of the array and pick on that and drag that, so I can actually move the array, and you can see it's moving around here. I can even, by grabbing the arrow, I can even spin the angles and adjust that. Now, I'm not saying those are something you'll want to do in the assignments that we do in 1405, but just so you know how that works. Now I'm going to press escape and get out of this. One thing you'll notice though, that when I pick the array, it acts like one entity. So if I want to edit just one of these or just remove one of these or something later on, what I would do is come over to the Modify toolbar, select Explode, which explodes the pattern, and now each of those objects is a separate object and I can edit those individually. And that's the polar array command in AutoCAD 2013.